Shalom, Mashbaka. Had to go early today because something came up. I'm going to go ahead and go into prayer. But we wait for people to come in. So if you want to, just bow your head. I'm praying in silence. And I want you to pray in silence. Let us pray in silence while we wait for the broadcast to start up. AdaYah for another day, Yahweh. Yahweh, thank you for your mercy. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your power, Yahweh, that gives us the strength to do your will. Abba, now we beseech you, ask you, Father, that you will be a light unto our path. And hear the cry of your people while we're going through so much on this earth, y'all. Trying to meditate on your beauty, Yahweh. Trying to meditate on your glory. Trying to meditate on something other than what we're going through. It is so hard, y'all. We need you. Grant your people peace. Grant all those who are going through on this earth, all of the oppressed. Grant everybody that's calling on your name, Shalom. Especially your people. Watch over your people, Yahweh. Watch over us. Many of us want to give up, Yahweh. Many of us just want to throw in the towel and say, that's it. So many of us feel like AdaYah, Joe. We ask you, why was we even born? Yahweh. AdaYah, Shemai Palam. AdaYah, Shemai Palam. Just want to clear everything out, y'all. Help us, y'all. Right now, Yahweh, we just want to exalt you. We want you to be the main focus right now, Yahweh. We want to meditate on somebody that is perfect and pure and righteous, and that's you, Yahweh. So we want to keep our eyes on you, y'all, not on our problems, but we want to keep them on you, steadfast on you, Yahweh. Won't he do it? Yahweh is good, won't he do it? Bahasham ka Yahweh Shai. Amen. 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 So now that I done prayed, hopefully you done prayed. I'm just play some music in the background while we waiting on our brother to come. Brother Fixit. My wife, she's not gonna be able to make it tonight. Something came up again, and she had to go and meet another appointment. But she told me that she would listen in from where she at. So y'all just pray with me as I pray for my wife while she's handling her business. Y'all pray for her. Alright? And we're just gonna go ahead and start early because I'm gonna have to go and pick her up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start early. And I just want y'all to sit back and listen to the music. We're gonna wait. If the brother come, then we'll just go ahead and we're gonna have a conversation with him. Brother Fixit has some new songs, and we're gonna play them in this here right here. So I'm just gonna let it play. We're gonna let the music do the talking today. And when Brother Fixit come, then we could have some dialogue and some conversation. And I'm expecting for some other brothers to come and another sister, and we're supposed to be having some dialogue today. So I just want y'all to sit back and enjoy the music as everything get prepared. All right, but I had to start early, Mashpaka. And periodically I might stop if something come up in my spirit and I have to talk about it. Then the music gonna stop, and I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna talk to y'all about it. But for right now, I'm just gonna let the music play. All right. This song right here is from Brother Fixit. I mind this song right here, me and Brother Fixit had did together. I was he It's a strange way on how me and Brother Fixit had met. I had met Brother Fixit through Facebook, and when I had met him through my wife, uh, I did not know that Brother Fixit did music or anything. And so when I met Brother Fixit, I was just doing my thing. So when Brother Fixit was like, does your husband? He heard me singing or whatever. And so I just went ahead and and when he found out that I could sing, then I heard some of his work, and then we started collaborating. And I'm looking forward to doing more work with this brother. He's a very talented brother. And I think that y'all is really going to enjoy this music from Brother Fixit. And I'm going to go ahead and get this track on up and running for y'all so that y'all can see what I'm talking about. Now, this song right here, this is like a song for like married people, all right? And there's no derogatory things in this song. So as this song right here play, I just want y'all to sit back and groove, listen to the music, and y'all can put down what y'all think about the songs, all right? Oh, feel. Yeah, hey, hey. Oh, feel. Oh, feel.
Blow my mind, oh. I like the way you roll it. You love me, girl, control it. I dare for you, control me. Blow my mind, oh. I like the way you roll it. You love me, girl, control it. I dare for you, control me, control. I just want you to control my body. I just want you to control my body. I just want you to control my body. I just want you to control my body.
Hey, Malakah AdaYah, my queen, come close. Let me whisper in your ear between me and you. Oh, instead of the dark or the light, there is no low grade. I want one lady in my life, that's you. That's ooh. I don't know what to do. Can't keep my eyes off of you. I'm glued to you. You done gave me the cooties and I like it. Good white material, so don't bite it. I don't want nobody else, I just want you. Please give me the answer, what you wanna do. I'm feeling lovesick, but you can take your time. I'm constantly thinking of you. Do I be in your mind?
I like the way you roll it. You love me, girl, control it. I dare for you, control me. Blow my mind, oh. I like the way you roll it. You love me, girl, control it. I dare for you, control me, control. I just want you to control my body. I just want you to control my body. I just want you to control my body. I just want you to control my body.
Do I be in your mind? In y'all niggas sideways, nene. We be royalty, that's why I want a queen. Remember Key Swahili, Hakuna Matata. Think I saw Nala, Mufasa. Now I like to see him, but forget about the rah-rah. No more play, got the ring or to wife, y'all. Y'all go peeky, be my lady, let me love y'all. Let me be the LB to the end, no the knee. No matter what they say, don't never let nobody come between us. Always on my mind, and I never let you go. You so sweeter than the honeycomb on my mind, oh.
I just want you to control my body. I just want you to control my body. I just want you to control my body. I just want you to control my body.
You know the words say, and they were saved by the skills of their teeth. Unbound the cross. You see, we ain't gotta get our name in the book. We need to try to keep it in there. I can see hope in my heart. I need, oh, now, pray, my chest, so don't know how to express. Walking down this road, wrote the past every test. I can't eat, y'all, I can't sleep, y'all. Save me from the water, cause I'm going there deeply. People keep talking.
gotta keep believing. Whipped out the Bible, now they say they Peter Pan. Praying for my people, cause we all gotta stand. I wonder what's a lollipop that took my grandma and my uncle's side. It's a cold world trying to bring the truth out. People getting paid, took the check to be a sell lot. Lying on the word, but it ain't no other way out. To my uncle, I gotta never give up. Keep across the world, everywhere, keep your eyes up. Pressing to the mark, yeah, man, and how you calling? Ain't come to see a man that'll live it when you falling, God. I need, oh, now, great God, power, pilgrim in this barren land.
I shall not
Zakiya Hakala Yakabala Anya Abamar Anya Abamar You Almighty Allah Hayam I say not stand still Hana Tazakiya Hakala Yakabala Anya Abamar You Almighty Allah Hayam I say not stand still Hana Tazakiya Hakala Yakabala Anya Abamar You Almighty Allah Hayam
I got some things in my chest, I don't know how to express. While I'm walking down the cold road to pass every test. Now look, I can't eat, I can't sleep. Y'all say me from the water, cause I'm going in deep black. People keep talking, always deceiving. Try to break it down, but you gotta keep believing. Whoop down the Bible, let it say the Peter Pan. Praying for the people, cause we all gotta stand. Wonder what's a lollipop to the grandma and the uncle. It's a cold world, trying to break the truth out. People get paid to check, be a sell like lying on the word, but it ain't no other way out. To my I gotta never give up. People across the world, everywhere, keep eyes up, eyes front, look. Press to the mark, yeah, man, and high collar. Go, come and see a man that'll live it when you're falling. Forget it, bye. Bomb the enemy, I'ma run to the way and the truth and the light. I spot, bomb cracks, I'ma say it every day and night, man. I promise I'll fight. Let them up, I don't need no match. I'll have you fight all by yourself. Let me get my breath. I guess this with the hook gon' be, man. So drop that, man. I repeat myself. I don't need no match. I'll have you fight all by yourself. Let me get my breath. I guess this with the hook gon' be, man. So drop that, man. I repeat myself. Not be ignored. I've been quiet too long. Struggle ain't easy. That's why I'm always on my own. Been weeping all night, but joy come in the morning time. So down on my knee, I get it, yeah, no praying for a sign. Remember Tulsa Massacre, that ain't been long ago. Although we ask for reparations, bro, we get that when we go. It's hard to believe the sight, even though it was real. And I pray we all call on y'all, cause in hell it ain't no milk, it cook. Every check bounce, if it can't avoid it, or you but never got paid, every turn of y'all willing to say we sin. Could be sick about the spoilers, so we call it to the Father. What a hurt for 12, bro, in the sun. Why boom one another with a one track mind? As if everything we see is evil, why the nation from the north, break the land, and come out there with the agents of our own flesh, spraying one another with a murderous brutality. Ask about the lost sea, hear the sheep scatter like oppression is a cocaine. Every day in a battle, building muscle, Get a crowd of people in the trouble. Yeah, it ain't my strength. Bomb the enemy, I'ma run to the way and the truth and the light. I spot, bomb cracks, I'ma say it every day and night, man. I promise I fight. Let them up, I don't need no match. I'll have you fight all by yourself. Let me get my breath. I guess this with the hook gon' be, man. So drop that, man. I repeat myself. I don't need no match. I'll have you fight all by yourself. Let me get my breath. I guess this with the hook gon' be, man. So drop that, man. I repeat myself.
Hey, how y'all doing? Thank you, sisters, for showing all the love. Hey, I'm gonna play some more songs. Just know that I'm writing y'all down in the comments, so don't feel like I'm trying to ignore y'all, all right? So I'm finna go ahead and let this next one play, and we're gonna go from there. I might stop it periodically just to do a check-in, but other than that, I'm just let the music play, and y'all can chill and talk in the chat and listen to the music. Might stop again, and we might pray. Never know. But hey, I'm waiting until like 5:30. We're waiting on Brother Fixit to show up, and if any one of y'all want to come up and co-host this right here, you're more than free to do so. All right, so I'll go ahead and put the music back on, but just know that you're welcome to come up. All right.
Now, what's the definition of being a kidnapped nation? Look all online, you won't find it. Unless they update it. But they say in 1976, 26 children through the age of 5 and 14 was kidnapped, and that's the biggest one. No more genocide, brother, sister, let us come together like we did in Alabama. Not a looking for no drama, ain't a verse up in the Bible say the sin is self-defense. And even if you push your cat up in the corner, Betty scrap 1 million people just a year. They got a shot of youth, the nation plus 1,000 so-called blacks every year. They get that TikTok gun shot, boom, they be holding some not guilty. Everybody in the whole world that seen this today. The words sounded like hallucination, like I never did see what you seen me fake. The people get tired, so the people stand up, don't like to fight, but what else to do? Every way go, people want to fight, try to jab back, so you bust move. All the kids respect no matter what we do, but a human being gotta feel it too. School say we ace, but that ain't the truth. We the Gullah people that been going through. To be a cell lot, you can't pay me to be a cell lot. You can't pay me to be a cell lot. You ain't got enough. You ain't got enough. You can't pay me to be a cell lot. You can't pay me to be a cell lot. You ain't got enough. You ain't got enough. Somebody borrow the butter biscuit. Somebody feed the butter biscuit. Somebody love a damn fancy. I said, or somebody feed the butter biscuit. Somebody love a damn fancy. I said, or somebody love a damn fancy. Somebody feed the butter biscuit. I said, or somebody feed the butter biscuit. They told me that's the past. What happened yesterday? Well, everybody want that mass move. They want that joker face. They don't really care. They want their pocket line. But when no sheep and leathers get the faucets misaligned. No vote for a sale. I'm sick of wasting time. I tell the truth to my people, let the light shine. From sea to sea, hear the mystery was getting I revealed. And always wonder why my people always getting killed. For the lack of the knowledge, always living in front of the coffin. Turn back to the covenant, how people made a deal promise. And ain't no bribe money, bet the brothers stand for something. But got my eyes on them all, that's the problem for me. Grandma told me if they hit you better hit back. Now like we gotta apologize if we win track. You love your fights, lessons at home, but you still black. Grandmama, granddaddy didn't play, now where the sweet now you can't pay me to be a cell lot. You can't pay me to be a cell lot. You can't pay me to be a cell lot. You ain't got enough, you ain't got. I said if somebody want a butter biscuit, somebody feed the butter biscuit now. Somebody feed the butter biscuit. I said if somebody feed the butter biscuit, yeah.
Hey, ¿qué hora es? That mean what time it is. And it's Espanol. Wake up, Dr. Brown.
Yiqwaba on the track.
My hands on the plow, Yahuda shot, coming back, man in the cloud. We as Gullah people on the folk corner. Must have sinned, but the dead got a grave first. We got a warning from the Father made long time ago. Being marked by the nations everywhere we go. Nothing left but a promise from the Father and the Son. Eat the breadcrumbs, sleepy dogs, but we got you raw with a broken soul in the spirit. Father, heal it. Man, I favor hope over every adversary. I gotta wait, even though it seem a long tarry. My mind tired, but I'm still begging, Father, help me. Now where my mama, where my daddy, I feel lost in the sea of wilderness. Why I'm the black sheep. I don't want to boast of me, cause I ain't trying to be conceited. Pray for clarity of mind, because the devil want me heated. Want me heated. My name and my heritage.
Let's say I'm a
Okay, so that was the first sessions of the songs. I got more to come, and I think a lot of y'all already done heard the other ones, but we just playing songs today. And when a commercial or something come on, then I just feel like, maybe I need to stop for a bit. You know what I mean? And just so you know, I had to start early. I was gonna start at I believe I was gonna start at 5:30, and I just had to come on here and come early. So I got some more songs that I want to play for you, and I'm gonna give some shout outs while I'm right here. Shalom to. All right, I'm gonna go from the top. I'm gonna give a shout out to all of the mashpachah that came in, and sister 007. Shalom to you, sister. And sister Mika, I want to say shalom to you. And I want to say shalom to Yap-Me. I want to say again, shalom to you, sister Positive Reinforcement, Aman. And I want to say shalom to Ama, April Showers, for coming and showing love today, Aman. And just so you know, I invited some more people to come out before the day. So hopefully y'all will see some of my nearest of kin that'll come in today. I invited family members of my nearest of kin as well. So y'all will be able to meet some of y'all family, hopefully, if they come, And I want y'all to be shocked when y'all see who come, all right? So I got a lot of stuff lined up for you. I wish I could have some food cooking on the stove for you where you could go ahead and grab it. But if you at the house or if you at work or whatever and you're on your break, just go ahead and grab you some of your lunch and go ahead and chew it and listen to this music and take your mind off of whatever you dealing with. Put it on y'all and listen to this music. And I want you to stay blessed, all right? And this next song right here that I had did, it's called Why Be Me. This song, I wrote this song because I noticed that a lot of people was putting their identity above their salvation. And then some people was putting their salvation above their identity. And either way, it's like a false balance. So finding the right balance in between it. And that's what this song was centered around. So the song Why Be Me will explain itself to you, but I gave you a short synopsis on the song. And so the other one that played, it was called Stop Quizzling. Stop Quizzling. I'll break that down a little bit, but not right now. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get into the next one.
Hey, y'all, there's some people on the mission. Y'all better pay attention. The only one can save you is Yahuda. Now I ain't trying to tell you that Yahweh made you wrong. He made you how you're supposed to be inside your mother's womb. That's the baton. Be who you are, Abba, please.
I hate the racist, say I'm racist cause they hate the game. Some bait us by love and claim a word from above. They show abomination by changing the holy script. They painted a different picture, not seeing the academic. My Lord, they change our name and they sold your proper game. They split our land that they claim. However, we repent, I pray a hour here. Been over 400 years, treated like a color. We done did our time, y'all. How the nations made it worse. All of y'all, you did a hurt. You promise y'all should roll if we call on your name to save us from travail.
The nations made it worse. Oh, Father, you did it first. You promised y'all should roll if we call on your name. You say
I
we
need me when I need to die to me. Make me new, change me by the truth. Little leaven, make me tainted. Wash me clean from this mean green. By the blood, holy power in my heart. Give me truth, Yahweh, please. Why be me? When I need to die to me. Make me new, change me by the truth. Little leaven, make me tainted. Wash me clean from this mean green. By the blood,
holy power in my heart. Give me truth, Yahweh.
we discontinue from our nationality. Better knowing y'all ain't my. That's why the catastrophe came on the Israelite. Verbally assaulted on that. I wanna do my best, but it's rough when the edge hit my brain. Many injury ejected with consulted that. Bed for trouble, but out our best intended that. Weigh yourself with me, I'm not the shit you see. Though I be blamed for the malpractice, leave my sword of sheep. I hope the time that I snap didn't lead us so to hell. I'm not the key, release my feet, cause I be frail. I was looking for a church, but now I'm only looking to the hills. I was praying for a shepherd, now accepted if y'all will. Why be me when I need to die to me? Make me new, change me by the truth. Little leaven, make me tainted. Wash me clean from this mean green. By the blood, holy power in my heart. Give me truth, Yahweh, please. Why be me when I need to die to me? Make me new, change me by the truth. Little leaven, make me tainted. Wash me clean from this mean green.
By the blood, holy power in my heart. Give me truth, Yahweh. I don't trust in the stone. I don't trust in man. Yeah, that's princess. To every nigga under the sound of my voice, keep your eyes up. Be strong. Know that Yahweh got you. Be strong, Mashpakar. Shalom, Yashural.
We're giving away free Donald Trump gold bars. Folks, we're doing a special Black Friday sale, and for today only, we are giving away these beautiful Donald Trump gold bars to anyone who wants one. All you have to pay is the shipping.
That's in place, make it hard to praise. Amor, Yasha, can you hear me now? We been going through these storms, but we coming out. Them real jams be a rap because the word is out. I say, high dog bar in the business route. How much for God teach you truth so the people growing? Now listen, he greater than the man of represent your our shot. Now God's side right, let us take our role. We more than a conqueror, let's be strong. Your our shot coming back for us, let's go home. That's your honor. Every night, let my adversary. Every night, let my adversary do. Every night, let my must remember how I work to feed a son and daughter. Vision us in the bad place, eyes open wide. Our whole life is a battle, you can feel it in the inside. Tears dropping to the ground, look at the ocean, man. If you need a demonstration now, investigate truth. Why the world of magic gangster amongst us just trying to raffle, but we not so interrogated by the real group. They call us crazy, choosing to escape the only way from the lake of fire. We not Illuminati, cause it's owned by the puns elite. Ain't that something people say they can't but rarely ever happy read? I'm satisfied seeing people be restless when it's dim, it's like a meal. Getting hit so we forgot why we underneath. I'm on my knees praying to the Father till he set me free from enemies. So sick and tired of drama and the scorn, and I just want a peaceful life away from strife. Don't bank on princes at the top because they making money when it stay on right. It make me wonder if they call it hits to keep their pocket right. Now listen, who made the call to shady shit, but we on chapter 7. Ask me not on just a savior, cause I wanna see your face. Seeing a new cosmos, I can't go take the rule. So let us be steadfast so we can see the boom past now.
Y'all hear me? Y'all know what just happened? All of the lights shut off. All of the lights had shut off. Everything. And so everything is back on over here. But all of the lights shut off. So I don't know what happened, you know, but I heard a pop somewhere outside. I think they're working on the lights or something out there. And all of the lights just pop and everything shut off. But I'm back now. And so I'm just gonna talk with you a little bit until people start coming back, realize that the live ain't over. I thought it was gonna be over. And that's why I was writing y'all in the comments. But the live is back up. And so Sister Christina, you still here? Any of y'all still here? Can y'all please give a thumbs up or something? Or just give me a sign that who all still here. Another one. Let me see. Okay. So let me go ahead and start it back up. Like they say, when it rains.
Can't approach the throne and lift the hand clean. Look up, and praying on my hands and knees. Become my adversary, keep a testing me. Code 1352, slave patrol. They got the land locked, tell us where to go. Ain't supposed to love, this oppression, what the Father say. You know the laws that's in place, make it hard to praise. Amor, Yasha Allah, can you hear me now? We been going through these storms, but we coming out. Them weed jams be a rap because the word is out. I say, high dog boy in the business proud. How much for God teach you truth so the people growing? Now listen, he greater than the man of represent your our shot. Now God's side, let us take our role. We more than a conqueror, let's be strong. Your our shot coming back for us, let's go home. That's the honor. Every night, like my adversary. Every night, let my adversary do. Every night, let my adversary. Hold on. Every night, let my adversary do. Every night, let my adversary. Hold on. Every night, let my adversary do. Every night, let my adversary. Hold on. Now listen. Now that don't mean to hang out in the boondock all the time. We must remember how I work to feed a son and daughter. Vision us in the bad place, eyes open wide. Our whole life is a battle, you can feel it in the inside. Tears dropping to the ground, look at the ocean, man. If you need a demonstration now, investigate truth. Why the world of magic gangster among you just trying to rabble, but we not so interrogated by the real group. They call us crazy, choosing to escape the only way from the lake of fire. We not Illuminati, cause it's owned by the Ponzi elite. Ain't that something people say they can't but rarely ever happy read? I'm satisfied seeing people be harassers when it's them, it's like a me. Getting history forgot why we underneath. I'm on my knees praying to the Father till he set me free from enemies. So sick and tired of drama and the scorn, and I just want a peaceful life away from scrap. Don't fake old princess at the top because they making money when it stay on right. It make me wonder if they call it hits to keep their pocket right. Now listen, who made the call to shady sheep? But we on chapter 7. Pass me not oh just to save you, cause I wanna see your face. Seeing a new cosmos, I can't go take the broom. So let us be steadfast so we can see the broom past now. Let my adversary, let my adversary, let my adversary, let me not let my adversary, let my adversary, let my adversary, not let my adversary do. Please, let me not let my adversary, let me not let my adversary do. Let my adversary, not let my adversary, not let my adversary, not let my adversary do. We get up here, walk, gotta hold on.
I never, ever think to give up just because things get hard. Never. So, on my end, I'm hearing audio problems, but on y'all end, it's probably doing good. So, hopefully when there go brother Moshe being Yahuda, Aman. Hey family, can y'all share this on y'all page? Because when I was going live, I don't know what was going on outside. I heard something go boom outside. I don't know where it came from. And everything turned off over here. Everything is shut off and shut back on. And so if you can, just share it to the Mashpachah, and so we can pick back up where we left off. And I'm probably gonna wait for the rest of the music until some of the other people that I invited to come out to come. But here we go. So, Sister Christina, you was talking about something earlier today. That was a good topic. If you want to come up, and Brother Moshe, y'all want to come up, and we can have a discussion until whatever this is. I don't know. It don't feel right. I don't go by my feelings all the time, but I need to get myself in order because something don't feel right. All right. I share the link for y'all so y'all can come up, and then after y'all two come up, I'm gonna put that link. Oh, okay. That's you cool then, brother. So, Sister Christina, if you want to come up, you can. And what I'm gonna do is put this link in timeout after you come up, and then if Brother Fixit come in, I'm gonna do the same thing. All right. There's certain people I'm inviting up for these conversations like this right here. This is a serious conversation, something that you was talking about earlier today, of AdaYah, the Job, who you was talking about earlier today. Oh, okay. Well, if you get there, I think we should be live. We're gonna try to stay live past 5:30 because Brother Fixit, he supposed to be coming out as well. And also there's some more people that of my nearest of kin that's coming out. Y'all, we all kinfolk. But there's more of the mashpaka that's supposed to be coming. Alright. Shalom, sister.
Shalom. Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, the sound on my end is a little bit low, but I think it's my phone. And forgive me for my cold. I do have a little bit of cold going on, but I'm going to be all right. Thank you for
Okay.
inviting me up.
Okay, you cool. And brother Skeletor, oh, that's cool, brother. Just I'm glad that as much time as you can allot, brother. That'll be cool. Well, I'm just glad that you're here, and just you could be here as long as you need to be. All right. All right, Sister Christina, you can go ahead and start speaking, and I'm finna try to figure out what this audio issue is on my end. I don't think it's on the other end because I was listening. But go ahead, sister, on the subject that you was talking about Ayawab, Job.
So, Job, um, after, Hasatan gives permission to afflict him but not touch him, his body, his life, um, he has this chapter where he's talking about he should have never been born and everything in chapter 3, um, without full knowledge of what is happening, of course, right? We see at the end of the book where the decision is made to refresh and replenish his life, and he has this conversation with the Most High. But in Job 3, I pay attention to what's at the end in verse 25, because he said, "Everything that I feared has happened, has come upon me, and what I dreaded most has happened to me," right? And so that gives me some insight into fear. I usually talk about how fear can be a magnet. People who live in fear don't understand that it attracts things that are worse than what you fear, right? It's like, just like rodents are attracted to trash and garbage and food that's left out, fear attracts certain elements that you don't understand maybe or can't perceive in the spiritual space, in the spiritual realm, that will come upon you and prey upon you. And so I understand that the Most High often says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not fear, but be strong and courageous. Do not fear," over and over and over again. Yet when I look around, how many people are actually living in boldness? How many people are actually walking in the courage and the strength and the trust? Right, we get afraid living in the land of our captivity and all the domestic terrorism you were talking about, police brutality, right? Those are real issues that we face every day. I get it. But again, if we continue to be afraid of this level of terrorism, doesn't it just continue to repeat itself? The whole purpose of the intimidation, the threats, the killings and brutality are to keep us afraid. But the Most High said, "Do not fear." So, how do we live in the land of our captivity under this heavy hand of domestic terrorism, brutality, and all of these things, is what me and you were talking about, brother, and not succumb to the fear? I don't know if you speak, and I can't hear you. But that's what bothers me. I know you said vexes you. It also vexes me. Um,
Can
I
you hear me now?
oftentimes want to help people, but they don't want to stand up for themselves. They're scared.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I
We
can hear
good?
you now. I can hear you now.
All right. Okay, so what what I see with that, right? You have see they want us to live in a delusion. Cause you see when Ayawab, he said he was talking to those people, rebuking them, saying, "Why y'all You telling me about this scary dream about like what was in your video, the shadow and all that. You see, they was trying to blame Job. You know what I mean? They was trying to blame him for a calamity that came upon him. They didn't, he lost his children. He lost all of his land. Right. So they did all that. You when you have nothing to live for, you actually when you have nothing to live for, dying is like what? You know what I mean? It's like what did the Ayawab say? He said dying is like it was a blessing for him in a sense. And people, they would love to get you to that place. You know, I was talking to somebody about something similar to this the other day, and I was telling them, I said, you know what? People don't care. They don't care. They have no barriers on how far they'll go to try to break you down. They have no sympathy for anybody except themselves. You can explain and explain. And another brother, he did a video on this right here. He used to work for the I think, let me see. He used to work for the White House. He was a security guard, runaway slave, and he did a video on something like this. How some people that have this mindset, um, there is no explaining nothing to them. You could be yelling at them and everything. There is no explaining to them. I'm gonna give you a one example, right? Brothers, they when they get angry, and I heard another brother saying this too, but I'm a brother, so I know he ain't telling a tale. When a brother warn you, he not warning you because he's scared of you. He not warning you because he won't do what he warning you about, like people trying to hurt innocent people. When a brother warning somebody, he warning you because he know like the repercussions that he trying to avoid, because he know that the law is unfair. So looking for somebody else to care about whether the law is unfair, if you go ahead and do what you try not to do, or either you gonna be hurt or the other person gonna be hurt. So a lot of times walking away would seem like the weak thing. But my daddy told me, he said a strong man will walk away from a fight he know he can win. And some fights we know we can win, but a person that's a bully, they not coming to be fair. They don't care about fairness. They don't care about anything. You don't have to do anything to agitate these people up. You could be speaking out of a place of vexation that we talking about today, and those people will continue to come at you like Hashatan. You can break it down where even a dog can start understanding English. You could break it down to where an ant can start understanding the instructions. But no matter what you, and see, this is the problem. And another elder was, you see, we own this because this has been the word that's been going out. Elder STM Ministries. I posted up his video up there. Y'all will see the video. It's an elder. He got gray hair, and he has the woolly hair. When you see him, he got the beard and everything. The elder was talking about how Christianity and all these how these things is set up. It's set up in a way where when people do you wrong, there's no consequences to their wrong. So like they justified in wickedness instead of justified in doing right, because doing right, there's no penalty for that for them under their religion. But the Messiah didn't come to make everything that is of Yah invalid. You see what I'm saying? So we have a issue here with this because people are using the grace of Yah as a means to do whatever they want to do, and the world say whatever the H they want to do. You see what I'm saying? And so we have a dilemma because
Right.
people, and their
But
heart is set on evil. It's not just word knowledge. It's just they mouth, they head, they whole self is set on evil.
So, if we look at the amount of times we've been in captivity and how did we live in the level of fear and inaction that we do now? Because I know, I often bring up about Abraham and Lot, and when Abraham found out that Lot was taken, he didn't go and get advice or praise or anything from anyone. He went and got the 318 trained brethren from his household to go and get Lot, the children, and almost everything moving back. Right. And then if we look at King David, and when he asked the Most High, should I pursue the raiders or the bandits? And the Most High said, yes, pursue, you should surely recover all, right? And then even if we're thinking about Hamashiach, when he says, there come a time where you have to sell your person by a sword, okay? When I look around, and I'm not saying that this is the case for everyone, but what I'm seeing is some of the devastation, some of the terrorism we have succumbed to because of conditioned behavior. Because the people that are pounding this into us do it through mental conditioning and physical violence, so that we can see other people being brutalized and become scared to fight back in a way. So what does it take for us to overcome that type of conditioning and that fear? And that's what me and you were kind of just, going back and forth about. Like, I really don't know. I think that has to take a individual move of the ruach, right? To say, look, rise up. Even if you rising up like Gideon, rise up, because you cannot just let these people come and bash your kids over the head and do all of the things that they're doing and continue to terrorize you, and where you're living literally in fear. I live in a community and in a state. In the state, it's only 5% of us that look like me. Okay. Where I live in the community is maybe 2%. Every time we go out, me and my kids are the only ones. And I tell my kids all the time, if these people wanted to, they could literally overtake us. But even if they do, we're going to fight to the death, because we're not going to just let them overtake us put their hands on us. Somebody actually tried to run my son over in the store with a shopping cart and told him, "Move, boy, get out the way." I told her, "I will, Lord forgive me, Father forgive me. I will mop the floor with your head if you put your hands on my son." And they knew I wasn't that scared, conditioned person, right? Because this is my child. You're not going to just come and do whatever you want to my child in the grocery store. We're minding our business. I have the right to defend myself, right? And so when I ask other people, like, how did you defend yourself in these situations? 9 times out of 10, what you'll find is people will just be silent and take it. How long are we going to do that?
See,
So that's kind of where I'm at with the vexation that I have. And I do
okay,
pray, Father, help me be righteously indignant and sin not. But when they're
but
putting their hands on us, that's a whole nother story.
see, here's the thing, right? This is the issue, and see, public platforms does not do us justice, because a lot of us do not want to come together, even think about, hey, they doing this, they doing that. Hey, let's put our stuff together. Let's get away from people that want to be like that. The ones that say they don't want to be like that, if they want to follow, then we need to have somebody there to, that you got to know these people, you got to know this person. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to show their fruits or whatever. But getting away is difficult, and you have to think about this as well. Like like right now, they say there's a problem going on down there in Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? They saying uh uh Israelite men is coming up missing. And clear evidence is showing that it's on the. They have video footage. There's There's another Israelite man that was being harassed constantly, and they just brush it under the rug, acting like it ain't nothing until you defend yourself. I want to show you something, sister, and not that you don't already know how you feel, but I want to show in words. I want us to see how serious an issue, and this is the reason why we need a power to help us because we too divided. We are very very divided as a people. I don't like the I ain't trying to make nobody feel no type of way, but we got to understand that we have been actually broken down as a people. I mean, destroyed
Brother. And
mentally.
can I ask you a question?
Go ahead,
When
sis.
those bodies are coming up and they're talking about in Mississippi, they're finding the people, coming up and the missing body parts and all of this stuff. What typically is the response in the minds of us? Okay, that's what we need to capture, right? Is it fear? Is it, oh, I want to run and hide? Is it we need to execute right rulings and ask God for righteous judgments to fall on these people that are killing them? What is our action,
we
right?
are we are like you see what was going on in that place. We got to have a conversation, and because our people feel like they don't have to come together, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a this, I'm a zoo creature, I'm a Native American, I'm this.
Right,
We can't read out the Bible. If you read the Bible, that, oh, I'm not that, I'm not no this, I'm not that. I don't want reparations. I don't want money. I don't want this. Everything that could be something that can help our people. It ain't gonna be the resolution, but everything that could be something that can help our people. It's always a group that stand up and shut it all down. You got people that say they put their sexuality. People is afraid, so they lie and say ain't nothing going on because they're afraid. You know, you you ever been in a situation where uh in school where the teacher was telling you to do something and you saw the danger, but nothing you said made sense, and they gave you a way out where I noticed that the other children say ain't nothing going on, so they say they ain't got to go outside. So maybe if I just lie, then I don't
right.
have to go outside and get stung by them hornets out there because the teacher want me to go out there and it's predicated on me lying, saying that there's no hornets out there. Now I'd rather lie and be in here with the other students that did not know that it's hornets out there, and they say I want to go outside today, so the teacher say no, we staying in. And because I said I want to go outside because it's anything that'll make any student happy, then they gonna make you go outside. So anything you want to do, they flip it. You see what I'm saying? So you tell the teacher, look, it's hornets out here. Then they say, well, we got to go outside because everything you say is a lie. So we don't believe you, and it's invalidated. They listen to somebody on the news say it's clear, sunny day. There's nothing wrong outside. The person on the news ain't eating nowhere over there where you at. Everything is okay, clear, sunny sky. Everybody can go out and play. This kid is stupid. We done put something on their mind. We done made them out to be the most retarded and dumbest people in the earth. That's who they are. They got protruding lips. Their skin is black. They worthless. That's what they said inside their books. They animals. You don't listen to animals. Animals is supposed to listen to you. Right or wrong.
But even animals will protect. I mean, the lion's gonna protect they family, right? And
Right.
so, I mean, they're always looking for these psychological terms and all of this stuff. But if you scared of what's outside, then that sounds like Proverbs 22. That's a lazy mentality that manufactures an excuse like there is a lion outside, right? And I had to ask the question, do we trust and believe that the Father is with us or not? Because he says, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your Elohim. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Do we really believe that?
Now you
Because if
said
we
animal.
did, we wouldn't be walking around in fear. the way some of us are. Maybe some people haven't come to the full understanding yet. I don't know.
Right. And see, you was talking about animal rights. Here, see this? Animal rights. Animals have rights. There was a bill passed. There was a bill passed. I don't know if you remember this, but I remember in school. When I was in school, this is when I was in elementary. They passed a bill for the Florida Gator, and also they passed a bill for the Florida Panther. I don't know if you remember that. There's a a big lion that stays in Florida. Yeah, I'm talking about like a mountain lion, but he's a little smaller. He's called a Florida Panther. I don't know if you heard of that. Remember when the Florida Panthers was endangered
Yes.
in Florida?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we have to save the whales out here. Be like
Yep.
the whales. They got rights, more rights than we got.
The whales. And I want you to. We gonna go inside of this, and it say, "What are 5 animal freedoms?" We gonna go inside of this, sister. And I don't know if you can see it on the screen. Can you see it clear, or is it blurry?
I can't see it because I'm on my phone, but I'm trying to look at on it on another device. So just if you give me
Mm-hmm.
1 second, I'll be able to see it because I just jumped on my phone. So um, let me see. Can you put the link in the Do you have a link? Can you put the Google page link in the chat, and then I'll bring it up on my end.
Okay. Just look up animal rights.
Animal rights. Okay, give me one
Uh huh.
second.
And it's gonna say, "What are 5 animal freedoms?" That's the second one. It's gonna explain what's
Okay,
animal
yes.
rights.
What are 5 animal freedoms? Yep, I see it. From 1993, right?
Mm-hmm. Now,
Yes.
1993, and in 90, I remember this very well because in 93 I was in elementary school, and we was doing a study on marine creatures, what they called it at that time. And one of my favorite teachers was Mr. Ken Kowal, because he actually tried to help us pass our classes. And I had other good, I can't say good, but I had other teachers that tried. But that's the timeline of me for this. Now, I don't know what was going on in 1993, like what everybody knew worldwide, but I could tell you what was personally going on with us. We was in school, and it say freedom from hunger and thirst. Right there. The first one they say is freedom from hunger and thirst. So, what if you don't have enough money, right? And you homeless and in the street, what do homeless people need in Chicago and wherever else they homeless at? What do they need, right? What do money give you? Freedom from what?
Typically from being impoverished, right? You get all the
Right.
domains at a good quality education. You get to pay for housing, quality housing, food,
Mm-hmm.
all of those things that are necessities of life.
Okay, so now look, you got money if you could get a job, and if you get a job, you know, freedom from discomfort. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Oh, you got a house, or you got an apartment, or you got your tent, and you living under your tent. If nobody's bothering you, no mosquitoes flying out there, you know, we could say the positive things about how to mentally survive, right? Freedom from pain, injury, or disease. Okay, from that. Now, sister, I know that the work that you do, I know you got statistics. So this is why I'm reading this. Freedom to express normal behavior. Freedom to express normal behavior. Freedom from fear and distress. You see this? Why did animals why did animal rights start? Here you go.
So we
Animal. Now this is
right.
for animals.
These are movements, right? So if we look at
Mm-hmm.
it, because of the work that I do, I understand that this is another wave of a movement, right? So there's
Mm-hmm.
significant movements that have happened to create rights in places where it's like, is this really a fundamental right, like for survival, or is this something that you guys lobbied for to make you feel good? And that's what happened here with the animal rights. Okay. And it
Mm-hmm.
ended up that animals have more rights than we have. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do we have the freedom to, let me just put it like this. I just dealt with a situation where a child died at a school because they made the children go out and do PE during a heat wave. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if a dog was out on the sidewalk and died because the owner was walking that dog on the hot sidewalk, they would have been all down that person's throat. That person would have got thrown under the bus for walking the dog during a heat wave on the hot pavement. But nobody, people were saddened by the death of the young child, but they didn't bring out like PETA and animal control and all the people that come and lobby and fight for these animal rights to say you're the worst, wickedest entity or person on earth if you make these animals go outside when it's hot like this. They should have water. They should have cooling stations. They should have all the things that our children don't even have. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's one of those movements. You see these movements rise and ebb and flow. It's the Whole Foods movement, the food program movement, the education movement, and all of it is centered around what the dominant culture want to say are rights and how they feel about who should have them and who shouldn't. And that's what you see when you see animal rights. And you think about, do we as persons living in this same place where the animals are have the same rights as they do? And if we're still fighting for rights that animals have, that's tragic.
Now look at this, sister. Now you remember animal rights in 1993. Remember that?
I remember
Now,
because they
now
had a
look
whole
at
bunch of
this.
signs up and stuff about animals that was getting abused.
Now I was a jitterbug then, so I didn't really know all this, but I know my parents them knew. Okay, now watch this. October the 7th, 1993. Toni Morris is awarded the Nobel Prize in literature, the first black woman to earn the honor. Why was they doing that for her? Now watch this. Carol Mosley Brown became the first black woman and only the second black American to be elected to be U.S. Senate. Now, watch this. State of Black America in 1993. The report details how recent civil rights rulings and the worsening economy have affected Black Americans in the 90s. In the 90s. Now, I'ma ask you something. What was going on with black people? When was the crime bill passed? 1990. I think they say 1994, right?
Yep.
94 crime bill. So, okay, that was to help black people, right? When were black people allowed to go to school? You see all this? So every time we tried to get something done, somebody else took the thunder. Look at this. The year that brought us the fall of Escobar, the creator of the European single market, and President Clinton sworn in to office, 1993 events certainly made their mark on history. Now, I'm going to tell you what was going on in my hood in 1993. You had to watch your TV because the crack was already released. You had to watch your jury if you had jury. You had to hide your rent money. Um, you better be careful. You know, you better not pick up no brown paper bag off the ground. You better not, if you see something look strange, you know, you had to let mama know where you was. You couldn't leave your windows open no more. Because our people used to be able to leave the windows open. You couldn't find not one Israelite that'll just go inside anybody's house and steal nothing out of there. You could leave your bicycle outside. Nobody'll take it. But something happened in 1993 before the 1994. The response for what happened before 1994 and the results of it were past the Bad Boys series. Cops, They catching bad boys. So we wasn't calling on y'all like we was supposed to. You see that 3 strike law? You right. 3 strike law. And then they came up with another one. They said if you pull out a gun, they say that's 10 years, I think. If you fire a gun, that's 20 years, I think. Then they said if you kill somebody, if you shoot somebody, that's a life. Okay. And what became of that? Many unarmed Negroes. What happened? So we animals got their rights. You bet not, and I bet you better not walk on not one place where they got a sign up that say protect the turtles. You better not walk on that piece of slither of the dirt. They put signs up, they put protections up. When did they give a protection for the zebra? I think the zebra was in danger at one time because
I actually
hunters.
got a recent story about how much rights animals have because I have an allergy to dogs, right? And so a couple years ago, I went to go and check into my Delta flight, and there was a lady that was sitting next to me, and she had a dog. It wasn't even a service animal. It was just her dog sitting on her lap, and she was petting that dog the whole time. And I went and told the flight attendant I have a severe allergy to dogs, which allergies are supposed to be protected if it's severe enough for you to have anaphylaxis. It's supposed to be protected under the so-called Americans with Disabilities Act, right? And so you're supposed to notify the flight attendant. I said, look, I have a very severe allergy to dogs. My eyes were swelling up, brother. My eyes were swollen.
Mm,
My throat was starting to hurt. And they told me, sorry, there's nothing we can do. We can't change your seat either. So I had to spend 3.5 hours sitting by this lady and this dog that I was allergic to because the dog had more rights than me.
okay. Now, what was the book and verse of that scripture that you had put up under your post? Do you remember that?
Job 3 and
The one
Isaiah
about the
41,
Isaiah 41. Okay.
41:10. And Skeletor fan at that time. I filed a complaint with the FAA OCR. I didn't sue him, but I should have because, this is the thing about having wisdom, right? Because shortly after that, I saw a whole bunch of lawsuits coming out about Delta and the dog. Somebody got bit, by dogs were just not being contained in the way that they should have. But, this is a real life situation.
Mm. Now I know a lot of us we want to defend ourselves. It's no sin to defend yourself.
Right.
None. It's not. That's that's not the issue is not that you sin because you defended yourself. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay, the issue is not the problem is not that you defended yourself. That's not the problem. Defending yourself, it ain't never been a problem. The problem is people think that you don't have the right to defend yourself
Right.
because of that law that because of what this prophet saw in his time. This our ancestors had a real gift of prophecy, and we gonna see the manifestation of this real gift. And I'm not just reading this to make no excuses. This is the truth. We know what the problem is, right? We know what the problem is. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. We know what the
Yeah,
problem
I
is.
was saying that the problem is fear. We have
Yes.
lived in fear for so
Right.
long that we don't even know how to turn around our fears. And
Right.
some
And
of
see,
them are
defending
are
yourself is a good
yeah,
thing. I'm not
yeah.
against that. I want you to realize, like, when a person is in that position, you ain't gonna do nothing but defend yourself. Like when your back against the wall, you ain't got nothing left to do. You gonna defend yourself. And see what a person that's been oppressed for as long as we've been oppressed in slavery, we just not waking up. Like we just now coming out of our mother and father. Really, if you want to think about it, we like a how long? If one day with Yah is 1,000 years, how long is the span of a man life that live his whole span? That's like 125, right? So how many numbers do it take to make up 1,000? Take away 125. You see what I'm saying? And then when you get old, they have no respect for the young or the old. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So
So we
like
know this though, right? Like we know who our enemy is. We
right.
know their behavior and their characteristics, but how can we continue to allow them to beat out our natural instincts and right to defend ourselves, right?
That's the thing, right? We will not. A lot of our people, we love oppression. We want
Mm.
to stay. We want to stay like we is, right? We're too afraid to move forward. We too scared to go back. We what happened on the plantation when they want to break the slaves? They take one of your strongest one, like so they took Kunta Kinte, a Mandinga warrior. They take him and they break him in front of everybody, so that when you break this slave, this will put fear in all of the other ones, and then we're gonna divide you by light skin, dark skin. We're gonna divide you. One hair is a little bit more curly. The other one is like the messiahs in the Bible, like it's deeply like woolly hair. One got light skin. One is came from their grandmother being forced. You see what I'm saying? And so we have all these divides. One think they're better than the other one because uh this, and one think that the other one is making up in excuses because they enjoy living in the house with Massa, and Massa ain't beating them side the head like they beating them out their side the head. Why don't these Negroes just listen? They ain't coming out there to check to see what's going on. So you a lot of stuff going on with this, but at the same time, people are saying, well, it ain't my fault. My ancestors did this. My ancestors did that. But I'm not doing that. But look at what's going on right now. Was it some mutual uh children of Japheth back then? I'm not trying my best to convince nobody no more. I can't convince people no more. All you can do, sister, is put out the truth. You know, people gonna do what they want to do. They already tell you they grown. So since they grown, they want to be manhandled, beat side the head, slapped sideways, mistreated, and that's our problem. We refuse to put anything together. We refuse to come together to try to build together. When we try to build, there's only a remnant that want to build up something, and we got to work with the remnant. But just imagine, and
Right.
that's an imagination for me, that if how many trillions of Negroes across the world got a job but refuse to put $1 in to build one thing for one another, a big thing. We don't do that. We don't.
I want people to ask the question when you talk about those brothers that got killed in Mississippi and how they, the lynchings that our people have had to endure and all the police brutality, you don't think that those people, when they found out that they were, trying to execute them or kill them, pleaded for help, for them to stop, for them to not do it? I want people to really think about, even if the master had a child with a slave, do you really think that the master felt compassion, or did the master send that child right out to go do work too? Right? Like, and so who are we appealing to? When I saw the people in Chicago saying, well, you know what? Forget the Democratic Party. We just gonna go over here and look for the independents or the Green Party or the Republicans. So wait, you just basically transitioning your oppression to the hands of another oppressive master. How do we keep thinking that we're going to plead to some so-called better nature of the same individuals that's bopping us upside the head every chance they get, robbing us of our fundamental rights to be human beings, telling us that we're less than dogs on a plane, and then go turn around and ask them, Now be fair. Now we want you to be fair. We want you to consider us a little bit. Have some compassion or empathy. That's not possible.
I mean, even you think in the Bible, no matter what the apostles told our ancestors, they did not listen. A lot of them did not want to listen. It don't matter what they said. You know, they
Right.
had so like I'm telling you. Oh my good. Listen, when you cannot when the kingdom is destroyed because we divided, and that show you the kingdom is destroyed because we divided, right? But if we say, well, I don't believe the Bible because the Bible is the white man book, or the Bible is it's different ways in the world. Listen, if there's no solid place of standing, foundation or anything, I don't want to hear no more complaining. When oppression happen, I just don't know. Like people, they reject anything that can help them.
Right.
Like okay, but I guarantee you, if the sign said ride 65 miles per hour on I-4, ride 65 miles per hour, get off on this turnpike. The only way that you're going to make it to the destination is you got to follow the rules of the road. Now, the rules that we is being forced to follow is to stay hungry. Your life don't matter. Go to church, learn that every instruction that your ancestors had to do is done away with. We learn that you not who your ancestors is. Your seed line die when you accept Messiah. Now all you is a Christian, and now you being oppressed, and you allowed yourself to even be hidden even more by disguising yourself under a delusion that will not help you. We started hip hop that has been appropriated. Um, there's a brother that said something about somebody that came up with a brand new invention. Or sister came was speaking about how one of our sisters or brothers, one of them in Africa, came up with another invention that you can run electricity out of urine, out of the stuff that come from your waste, out of your
Yep.
body. And why not we jumping on that? Why we ain't jumping on that? You
Our
know,
ingenuity is there. It's not lacking. Like we're
but see,
an intelligent
we
people, but if
but
we
look,
live in
we not
fear,
jumping on it, sister.
right,
Like
right,
I guarantee you, if it said that Michael Jordan is giving away free shoes,
right.
how many sister? I ain't trying to bother you. How many of us will run
I
out there?
know exactly what you're saying. Now, listen, we didn't had this conversation before, and it's like I gotta pray that it no longer vexes me and my soul, but it might vex the Father too, right? I'm sure it
Right.
does. Like, will he still find faith on the earth? And so I see the remnant. Yeah, I understand. I really do. And
Right.
so those of us who are not afraid and not saying
Mm-hmm.
there's a lion outside that's waiting to attack us need to go ahead and move forth with whatever we're doing in a continuous step by step pattern, because I am not going to boggle my brain
Mm-hmm.
to figure out what I
You,
know the Most High done said. We're a stiff necked people, right?
hey, do you remember when Popeyes was get on? What did they
Chicken
put in
sandwich.
that chicken?
Yeah,
Ooh, I said, man, this look like we having a reunion around here.
man,
Like,
that's
ooh,
sad.
everybody was out there. Everybody and they mama. I said, my goodness. Oh, oh, let it be something we could do bad together. You remember when they had? I don't remember this. This is something bad now. You remember when they had the thing where they do the shake it dance thing?
Mm-hmm.
And it was going across the whole everybody in the church, everybody. I'm talking about people. I was scared. I was like, oh snap. Oh my good. Him? He he voting? Like cuz like not you, like you the preacher, like in the church, everywhere. It was a shake it thon. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
All boy, but I'm telling you, a sister. I'm telling the Mashpaka, a sister just came out with an invention to run your electricity with PP.
Mm-hmm.
PP.
And I wonder how many people gonna try to,
Can
I
we
pray that it don't happen. But you know how every time we come out with something and they see the ability of it to really make
somebody gonna
it.
come out with something else?
Yep.
Um, save, save the whatever else is dying. Let me see that ain't nobody caring about until you come up with something. Save. Well, it's always something going on. Like you got one fight going on over here, you got another fight going on over there. You ain't handle this, but you going. I feel like sooner or later America is gonna deal with that situation by giving and helping people to eat or whatever, right? But with our situation, it's gonna be always something else that came up. Imagine this: somebody owe you money, and every time you come in there, they say, "Oh, something else that came up, bruh. Something that came up, Skeletor. I can't pay you them $5 right now, bruh. Something that came up. You ain't gonna never get that money, bruh. You never gonna get that money. You might as well hang it up. This is our problem. We keep voting for. We keep. You know when we asking and begging and beseeching, we don't call it begging. We call it protesting. Why don't we? That's called prayer.
I
We
want to know
pray.
how many other communities, when they need something, go out and protest,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, like just from the time that I spent in the space of having to deal with, politics, government, and law, I look and see how
Mm-hmm.
many other communities will go right and get on the front of the news, crying and screaming, asking and demanding this and that. How many other communities, are out there trying to say we're going to bring a sign to protest, we're going to demand this or demand that, and they're
Mm-hmm.
watching us and laughing and saying they don't got it together because they still asking for
Mm-hmm.
their overseers and masters to help them, right?
Because they don't think that that's the overseer. They keep saying slavery was done away with in 1960. What they say?
Yeah,
They keep
19,
saying it's
and
done.
they can say whatever. The civil rights hoax of 1964, you can listen to the LBJ recordings between Clayton Powell and MLK and all the other legislators to make that civil rights bill pass, and it was a game. They can
Slavery
say all of it.
and oppression is
Yeah,
not gone. You have
right.
slavery and then you have oppression. The oppression is so that you can do something stupid that's against human rights for you to be locked up for, so you can go. Like if a man is hungry, right? In the Bible it say this. In the Bible it say when a man is hungry and he's still, you got to show him mercy.
Mm-hmm.
But they say if a man is hungry and he's still, he got to go to jail.
Right.
And he gonna have to serve his time. And when he get out of jail, he can't work for the people that he stole for. You don't have, like, okay, back in the day, if you stole something from somebody because you was hungry, that means you got to go and work for that person to pay that off 7 times over. And the law, the soldiers or whoever, the officers made sure that you was gonna do your time,
That's what
which
the
means
book
you gonna
say.
go to work. You ain't got to go locked behind no bars like you know animal. You
Right.
going to be that person's abid, which means in the righteous abid sense is that you gonna work off your time. Ain't nobody gonna mishandle you and mistreat you, right?
Right.
You gonna do your time. Okay, once you do your time to work to build this brother stuff back up, then they will pay you so
Yeah,
that you
but
won't
that's
have to
not
be
the system of
homeless.
That's not the system of convict leasing, right?
Right, and
Like,
then they'll restore
yeah,
you back to your rightful
right.
land
No,
inheritance. So you lost it. Then the year of jubilee come, then you restore it back. That why they so why is they telling us the law is done away with? In God we trust, right? We are a Christian nation with Christian uh uh Christian values. Forget those blacks. They're speaking as this and that. But the Bible say that you supposed to restore a person back. They didn't do that. You know, the Native of Americans, they gave them some of their land back, right? They put them on a reservation and let them live over there. You know, they didn't restore them back their country, but at least they gave them a reservation. You know what I'm saying? Negroes, their reservation is wherever you can find, lay your head, you know?
no, they
And
did the opposite. So every time we built communities and ourselves up, they come like in bomb, right? Tulsa,
right,
Oklahoma. There was Philadelphia. There was a whole bunch of massacres that don't get talked about on the 1 month out of the year that they try to get us to talk about Black history, right? And so we look at the hypocrisy, uh, the abhorrent hypocrisy, where it's like, oh, yeah, we're going to give all of these other people around you access and privileges and rights and protect their rights and even use our enforcement agencies to make sure that their rights are protected, but we're going to deny you that. That's what you call, my brother, control by deprivation, a
and here,
CIA tactic.
watch this. And this is
Hmm.
why I don't think that we need to keep marching and marching and
We
marching.
don't.
See, every time we go out there and march, we run all of our energy out marching instead of coming together and loving one another. We run all our energy out just marching and begging and praying to white people because that's what that is. That is marching and beseeching and begging and praying to white people, praying to the White House. You know, instead of praying to the throne, instead of coming together and loving one another and praying together and building together, we out there praying to the whoever we elect this year. So this is our new one we pray to. We prayed uh, in the 60s. We was praying to President Kennedy when he was taken out of here. Then whoever's left, we had to pray to him. And then after he was removed out the way, then we had to pray to the other one. And anytime now watch this now. There's been no restoration. There's been people who have a heart that want to try to help, but there's been no restoration. It's restoration. We know what it means. You know, if back in the 90s, because we talking about something, the 90s. Back in the 90s, we had VCRs. When your VCR got broke, if you had a RCA or you had a Emerson, you take it to the shop, right? They open it up, they repair it, and if it's not working properly, they take it back and then they try to repair it again. Right? That company is not the one that broke it, but they is the opposite person that will build it. If the ones that say that they are believers and Christians, wouldn't they be partners with the people that's trying to build it and not partners with the people that don't want it to be built? So you cannot have an opposing party if you and this other person work together. See, Emerson and the people that build the things, they work together, right? So you might have an Emerson shop. This is a branch where they build up stuff. This is what you call a government that work for the people that's under it, right? We was not brought here as no immigrant, but they keep saying, well, you getting this, you getting this. We didn't ask to be over here, and then we brought over here, and they said, well, go back there. But you done put folk where we was. So stop complaining then. Just take it. Take Stop complaining. How can you explain it to people who are ever oppressed and you say, come to my church and worship with me? What kind of demonic force will possess a person to do all that and then say, come to my church and pay my tithes and offering, call you in a cult when you start referring to yourself as your family names, saying you in a cult, you practice in a cult, you are a religion, you this, you that, putting names on you, say you terror. Look, what happened to the people over there? We say they call them, what do they call you? What do they call us? You
Well, they
see?
definitely don't consider us worth fundamental rights as human
All right.
beings.
So they
So they
call
were
the
saying 3/5
Ishmaelites,
of a person, right?
so they call the Ishmaelites terrorists.
Oh, you talking
What do
about
they
in the Netherlands? Yeah.
Uh-huh. They call the Ishmaelite, they call them terrorists. You know the Ishmaelites. Didn't the scripture say that your path shall dwell in the tents of Sham? Now ain't Ishmael one of the sons of Sham?
Yeah.
Okay, so he over there in dividing in the tents of Sham, where they dividing the lands at. So they calling Ishmael a terrorist. I think we really need to think. I think I think we really need to think. You know, we really need to think when
Right.
a
Because Psalm
nation.
83 specifically states who has formed an allegiance against us to destroy us as a nation, and so that our names won't be remembered anymore. Right.
And it's evidence that the books was written before they came, because in the
Right.
1500s they came down there and there's evidence, but we don't see the evidence as evidence when it's something that can help us. There's evidence showing in the 1500s there was a man that came down there and studied our language. This is before the 1600s, Mashpaka. In the
Yeah.
1500s, a man was down there studying our language, studying ancient Hebrew in the 1500s. The KJV Bible was being worked on. They were studying the original scrolls from those people that they say were swarthy people with protruding lips with an African feature. They were studying these people who were called the wandering Igbos of Africa. They were studying these people. They studied the language that they called Canaanite language. And then after they studied, then they wrote a rendition of it, gave you the Negro slave version as you were enslaved. It wasn't their language that they learned. They studied your language and you couldn't read it no more. So the heatings and the warnings, what was going on? After the temple was destroyed, we had those people, they changed their names. They changed their names. And so in the 1500s, all this stuff was going on with this slavery, the renaming of the continents, and this and that and the other. What did Barack Obama say? It was a time of, what he called it? Uh, the Reformation period. I think that's what he said he called it.
I
The
mean, but do we stop and ask ourselves the question when we're seeing all of these so-called wars and rumors of wars? Are these people really against each other? Because if they were, how come they haven't fallen yet? Right? A house
See,
divided against itself can't fall.
so study the nature of the locust. Because if we think that that don't matter no more, study the nature of the locust. See,
Yeah.
locusts, they will work together. They
Right.
they when they see when they hatching, when they come, everything look peaceful. They hatching, and once they hatch, this kind of locust join this kind of locust. This kind of locust join that kind of locust. So you ask yourself, okay, now somebody say, how do I tell who is the stranger from the other nation? How you tell who is the stranger? He not eating you.
By their behavior.
Right. He not eating you. He not chewing you the green away from you. So if you have people around you that keep telling you you don't matter, A, they one of them locusts that was prophesied to eat you up, or B, they a Christian and think that they doing the right thing, and they still a locust that's eating you up. And then what do you have to do? You listen, you got to move to another place. You When the locust coming through, if you can't save it, you have to move where it's vegetation at. They coming there too now. I hope you know. Wherever it's vegetation. So well, they say they just wanted that part. They got that part. Then they say they want this part. Then they got that part. They divided, add, subtraction, divided. They wanted one part, they getting the other. What should we do? When was the sacrifice declared good? When was the sacrifice declared good and forgiven? So now the priest can come out from behind the veil. When was the sacrifice declared good? You know what? When the sins was put on the sacrifice, that's when it was declared good. How can the high priest, the Gadol Kalhan, put the sacrifice? How can all of the sacrifice and he say, okay, it's finished? When he didn't die until it was finished. Now he ain't coming back until it's complete. So while we around here trying to figure out another religion, running away from the Bible because we done been indoctrinated by Negro slave Bible theology and westernized Christianity theology and world religions theology and left our own, finding back your place back home, it makes sense, but your heart run from it. So when is it complete? When all of the Mashkan call on the Messiah. When the blood is all put on you see what I'm saying? When we fulfill the confession, when the scriptures say he ain't coming back until the last person that's supposed to repent. So what is the requirement? What are we supposed to be doing? Preaching the Basora. And while we preaching the Basora, we supposed to be loving one another, which means keeping the law, which means thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt have no other Allah before me, and so on. We don't know who is the last one to call, but we know we have a mission to fulfill. We know that we are divided as a nation and we are broken as a nation. We know that we need the Creator. We know that nothing comes from nothing. Even an atheist will tell you a house can't be built unless somebody built it. So even with their theology, they overruled themselves because the atheists believe that somebody has to do something for something to be done, and they don't believe that there's a creator, but they know that it take a man and a woman to make a baby. They know this. So an atheist know it take a man and a woman to make a baby. So okay, so who was the first woman and first man that made the first babies? They can't explain that. Because they know it take a man and a woman to make a baby. So who made the first man and first woman? Because you know it's no middleman in between it, right or wrong. Who created the first man and first woman? Oh, wait a minute. That means that somebody had to create something for somebody else to be here. So I'm saying this like this for a reason, because when we in our folly, we could get foolish on how we talk to one another, with our demeanor and with our words. We treat things that are important as if it's nothing.
No, but I think it's important that we talk to each other instead of at each other, right? And we have to, this is why I said, like, having a conversation, like, what is our next step, right? We know that there are people that are afraid. We could read Devarim 28 over and over again, but we need to move into Devarim 30, right? Turning back to the Most High, following the law, statutes, and commandments, understanding what the 10 commandments even are. I ask people, what are the 10 commandments? Some of us don't even know. Right?
That's exactly right. So I won't steal my brother's shoe.
Right.
You know, but I can't keep, has somebody ever told you, you was a teacher before? You're a teacher?
Mm-hmm. I worked in education, the public education system, for quite some time.
Okay, why would a student have to repeat a grade?
because they didn't master the English language arts and the math concepts that they needed to be able to progress to the next grade.
Okay.
Some of it was
Now,
behavioral, though, if they thought they weren't mature enough to go to the next grade.
now there's a saying. There's a saying that you can't that God won't help you unless you're willing to help yourself, right? A lot of people agree with something. God won't help you unless you're willing to help yourself. He said, if my people who are called according to my name will humble themselves and pray and repent of their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, forgive their sin. And then he said, I will restore them. I will put them back in their land. But what is repentance? Because we've been taught that repentance just means say I'm sorry and keep doing the same thing to somebody. I can't keep stealing somebody's shoes and expect for their store to grow. I can't keep destroying. I can't be a demolition man when my brother trying to build a store and expect for the store to grow. Repentance means I'm going to do the law to my brother, which means my brother stole. I'm going to respect his store. I'm going to build her store. I'm going to put the word out for her store because I know that her store is for the community. Since it's not just for me, I can't make it all for me. It's for the community. And this is what I like about what T.I. is doing. T.I. is building up housing. He has the money and he put his money together and building up housing. There should be not one big, huge, gigantic game played by anybody in our community. And there's homeless people in the cities and in the states where we live. There should not be one homeless person. It shouldn't be one person in prison that ain't got nothing on their commissary. It shouldn't be nobody nowhere that's hungry, thirsty, and out of our people and out of whoever else that want to treat us like we human beings. It shouldn't be not one hungry person around us. It should not be. But because we know what kind of world we're living in, should we stop trying to say, look, we need to do right? Because if we are dumb, then there's a law. And if we are Yasharal, then we have a law. And we have a mandate. We have to be the light of the world. Now, we don't want to be no light, but we got to be a light. You see what I'm saying? We don't want to be the light, but we got to be the light. See, when you the light, you is exposed as a light. The light is exposed because all people got to do is follow where the light is to go and bother where the light is. But if you want to be a person that's going to stand up for your people as a real leader, not as a wolf or not as a shepherd that was hired, if you want to be like the shepherd that ain't hired, that don't make no money from this, because our people are mentally broken down and can't see. We say we got eyes. We got eyes. We can see, but we cannot see. We got ears. We can hear, but we cannot hear. Even the ones that's speaking, we just woke up out of a stupor. And so what I'm saying out of the lens of mercy and love, what I was saying on the other broadcast, I'm not saying that we need to be lawless. What I'm saying is realize the situation. Messiah went out there and he was at the party. You know, I don't know what was going on all at the party. All I know is they say the best wine for last. Some people say it was pure wine, just came off of the vine. So okay, so if the best wine was for last, then was it the old wine in the beginning? I don't know, but they have to make it make sense that one of them wines had to be the wine with the mother on there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna pause mine right here, sister. I'm not gonna try not to stay a lot alone. But
That's not a
let the
problem.
people.
I appreciate the time to be able to come on, and hopefully, this will be an encouragement, right, for us to despise the shame, fear not, and just know that we know that we know that the Most High is with us, right? That was my initial question. Do we really believe when the Father says He is with us and to fear not, be strong and courageous? Do we really believe Him?
Precisely. Like we trust in the government. We call the president. We call him. We call him. We call him. You know, my goodness. We ask for people that we don't know. Have we ever asked what's the president's favorite color? We don't know the president. We a lot of us in the hood, we didn't grow up around the president them. We didn't grow up with them. We didn't grow up with them. You grew up with Moo Moo and them. You didn't grow up with the president. You know, we didn't grow up with them. So I really believe that I'm telling you because it's facts. We've been praying to the president. We've been praying to what we call the left wing and the right wing. I said it's time for us to pray to Yah. How can we have so much confidence, family? We got too much confidence in people that the president them they did nothing for us, nothing. It ain't, and it's not funny, right? It's not funny that the people in what they call Palestine. What we see them, it's better to die by the sword than by hunger. So that's a sad thing that it get to that point. But if it was a starving dog, if I sung that song that they sang for the dogs, I want to make a commercial. One of y'all please make a commercial. How they make for the starving animals. What's the name of that song, sister? If you can remember, then on
I don't
wings
know. But I
of an
do remember
angel.
that they used to have a lot of late night commercials about them animals, and they was making a lot of
Yeah,
money to save those animals.
and it's nothing wrong with helping starving animals. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
On wings of an angel, la da da, la da da. On the wings of an angel, we'll walk right past the elderly mother. On the wings of the angel, walk right past. Listen at my words now. We'll walk right past the elder on the street because we say he a man and he is a bum. On the wings of the angel, walk right past the boy that ain't got no mother and father because they were murdered in police brutality. On the wings of the angel, walk right past your mama. On the wings of the angel, walk right past the little baby in the garbage can because Brenda had a baby and she can barely spell her name. On the wings of the angel, walk right past the brother slinging crack because he just came out of prison plantation and they won't give him a job and he's starving and it's better to die by the sword so the police come and pop him. On the wings of the angel. And if we go down there to the animal shelter and adopt a brand new animal. And no, don't forget, give money to the hungry across the world. And walk back home and look at the brother and tell him you on your way to hell, you wicked. Tell the man that you just passed by, you old bum, get you a job. Walk right past the mother and say you a hood rat. Oh my goodness. Walk right past the little child and say, that ain't my baby. Where the daddy at? Look at these sorry black women. Walk right past and go home and feed the dog. Then you turn on Channel 13 News. The brother that was slanging crack He might not have died, but now he back on the plantation. You right, sister. Walk right past the fatherless and the orphans, the people that's locked up in prison, and going to church. It's Sunday, which is not the Shabbat. It's Sunday. Going to church and lift up praise and feel good about yourself because you gave to the hungry and the homeless. Have you checked? Have you called Africa? Did you call WhatsApp to figure out if those people really did get that food? Did they really get that well? I gave. I'm saved. I'm saved. TBN Network. Come. Give-a-thon. Marathon, give-a-thon. Your light's about to go off. Marathon, give-a-thon. Eyes is closed. Cannot see. Cannot hear. Give-a-thon, marathon. While you give-a-thon marathon, pop, 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 pop. If you could hear how many people getting killed at the same time. Pop, 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 pop. That's your people getting dropped. Give-a-thon marathon. Give-a-thon marathon. Give-a-thon marathon. Give-a-thon marathon. You giving. Give. Your lights is off. Give. Your rent done went up. Give. Redlining. Give to the church. Give to the church. Give it all to the church. Then when you figure it out, when you figure out that the church ain't, you need the church help, you call the church and they tell you, get a job, sucker. You homeless now. You a bum now. You on the street now. You got to figure out if you gonna sell crack. You got to figure out is you the one got to do gangster rap. You the one got to figure out now if you got to shake it like Suki Hana. You the one got to figure it out. You got to figure out if you gonna understand why. You gonna understand why. You gonna understand now. But your eyes was closed. You didn't know. You did not know. I believe you didn't know because the scripture said you didn't know. But when you figure it out, you're going to get mad at yourself. When you figure it out, you're going to be mad at yourself. And you're going to think you on your way to the lake. You're going to think you on your way to the lake. You're going to be afraid because the fear of Yah going to be put in you. Oh, it's okay, sister. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry for holding you up for so long. But you're going to get tired. You're going to get tired. And when you get tired, when them scales come from your eyes, and you're going to look at yourself as you are. You're going to look at yourself as you are in your own filth, in your own blood, in your own vomit, and you're going to see your people. And you're going to feel like you're on your way to the lake. And when you call, you might still be afraid. But when you call, you're going to hear a still small voice in you. Yes, you're going to hear a still small voice. That don't mean you psychotic. And when you hear that still small voice, then you're going to get peace. And he might tell you, like he told many of us, I heard the voice. Like he told many of us, who the real Israelites is. Once you understand that, once you hear that voice, and then you're going to look around and you're going to see others of your people. Others of your people. You're going to see them. You're going to see them going through all this confusion. And all you know you got to call on Yah. You know that. But you're going to see them marching, doing everything that you tried, but it didn't work. And you're going to see them in prison, hungry, knowing why is these people locked in prison? Nobody else supposed to be charged? What about the crime that happened to our people? Who supposed to be in prison? Should they be in prison? Shouldn't they be let out? Shouldn't they be forgiven for their debts as well? We don't need no mercy. Oh, I'm tired of marching. I need to pray. I need to call on the one that I've been going to church. And if he ain't real, if he's not real, but then you got to look back at that Bible. I pray you look back at that Bible. Open it up to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Not just John 3:16. Because Deuteronomy 28 is also a part of the scrolls. Open it up to Deuteronomy 28, which is a part of the Bible. The Bible. Yes, that's the book, right? Deuteronomy 28, it say, and you shall be led captive again. You shall be brought back into slavery again, but this time by slave ships. And no man shall redeem you. You might not see it like that because the Bible is written in Hebrew, but you're reading the English version. Then you will learn that you're a terrorist group for reading the Bible. What sin did you commit for reading out of your Bible? Then they say in God we trust. Why is all these confusion? What's wrong? And see, this is what I'm trying to explain to the Mashpachah. This is not a religion. It's people that's reading the Bible and accepting it for what it say, accepting reality for what it is. They see themselves as they are. They look in the mirror and they know that they filthy. And they feel shame about themselves. And then they start calling and asking Yah for mercy because they realize that the Alahayim of the Old Testament is not done away with. And come to find out they fall inside of a loving arms. And they never want to let the Messiah go. And then you got enemies that's telling you that your Messiah is not the Messiah. Is you going to listen to them? Oh, okay, sisters. Go ahead and take care of that. My bad. But we need to pay attention to the word. Not just the Bible says in Proverbs, get wisdom. But above all your getting, get an understanding. Maybe you didn't want to hear it from a person that you thought was a donkey. But you get what you got. Maybe you want to hear from somebody that was dressed in the most richest clothes. But you get what you got. You're getting it from people that's poor. You're getting it from people that used to be thugs. You're getting it from people that used to be gangsters that their grandma and them prayed for. You're getting it from people that everybody gave up on. You're getting it from people that was classified as retarded. You're getting it from people who was classified as dusty. You're getting it from people who love you, but you can't see it because all you see is what westernized theology got your mind wrapped up to see. I don't know how to convince you to know how somebody care about you enough to tell you the truth, but the truth is the truth, even if it come out of the mouth of a baboon. And they said that my people is baboons. They say they love animals. If your cat told you, if your dog told you this right here, would you believe it? If your mouse told you, if your pet mouse told you, would you believe it? Why do we have to denigrate ourselves for other folk to feel good about themselves? Is it because they think that we really not worth nothing? Should you feel that way about yourself, Mashpachah? The leopards don't fight off their own stripe. Do the zebra fight against his own stripe? Is the zebra looking at himself say, I hate myself because I'm black and white? Do the zebra hate itself? He just want to eat. He eating his grass. What's going on in his mind? Yahweh knows. Yahweh knows. He can hear your stomach. Your stomach speak in a language to him. He know what your stomach's saying. You know what you saying. Your stomach know what it's saying to Yah. It's saying something to your brain to let you know I'm hungry. Your brother say he hungry. Do you understand the language of Yah? Will he hear what other folk that's in the world can't hear? I can learn the Phoenician Hebrew, but if I don't know how it sounds when my brother say he hungry, if I don't understand what that means, then I don't understand what I'm talking about. That's not fair. For you to have what your brothers and sisters need, and you leaving it for 1 and 2 and 3 people to do. I'm not talking to the poor in everything I say. Some things I'm talking to are people that got it. Look, 1 and 2 and 3 can't do it all. T.I. ain't giving me nothing. He's giving it to the people that's hungry where he stay. Where is the people that's got money where we stay? Where's the people in this area? I don't want you to load my bank account up so I can show it off to everybody. I'm asking you, what are you going to do for the village? What are you going to do for the village? I'm not asking you to send it inside of the marathon. I'm asking you to go outside and see somebody hungry and give them something to eat. See somebody that need a place to stay. If you got apartments, if you got the ability, why don't you let them rent it? Why don't you help them? Give them some lodging. You know, there was a man that put his job on the line for us when we was homeless. And he lost his job. Not because we said anything, but somebody that don't understand the heart of Yah snitched on him and he lost his job. I'm not going to even tell you his name. His resume need to be cleared and he need to be rehired because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to help those who are homeless. And he was not even an Israelite. Everybody ain't out to get you, but you can't trust in man. Man has to trust in Yah. And we supposed to be trusting in the fruits that we see and taste. I can't say I love you and I'm finna let you I'm finna let him stay in the street. I cannot do that. I'm finna let her script the poll, even though I know I got a Fortune 500 company and I ain't finna let them work there. They gonna put my company into shame. You putting your own company into shame, but the world don't see it as shame. The world see it as you doing what you supposed to do. The world don't see that as no shame. So I don't feel no ill feelings towards nobody that want to do right and trying their best to do it right. They learning how not to. I've heard people that we thought would never stop doing certain cursing and whatever, foul language. I heard this man say, I actually heard a man trying not to use foul language. He slipped out, he was saying them, but I heard him trying. If you heard, my goodness, Mr. Suge Knight, trying not to use that language. Or he started back, but he was trying to tell you what he was going through with. If a dog tried to growl at us and bite us, is we gonna say, oh, and he was abused? What you gonna do? Is it lawful for you to abuse a dog because he growl and bark at you? Now, you better not mess with him, but don't go messing with him. But that's where he at. He need healing. All right? So I'm saying we need to have mercy on one another. Mercy. The scriptures say love is better than sacrifice. He said mercy. Mercy. Let me read this. And I'm finna go. I'm finna read something and I'm finna go. I waited for the brother. Maybe he watching it in the background. And if you want to come up, brother, and we can talk about the music a little bit. If that's cool with you, we could do that. But I'm telling you, My music that I make is when people listen to my music, I want them to be like they listening to Psalms 91. When they listening to my music, I want them to remember somebody that passed. I want them to be able to have a peaceful moment in their life. I want them to remember daddy. I want them to remember their mama, that maybe their mama died. Maybe they lost their daddy to crack. Maybe something happened bad in their life to their parent. Maybe it was just something their parent did. But I want to be of use. I think that's my cue to go, Mashpaka. Something fell. I think that's my cue to go. But shalom to the Mashpaka. But I pray that y'all hear this word. It's time for me to go. It's time for me to go. All right, I got to go. But I hope that y'all got something out of this. And it's about time for me to go. Let me see what time it is. It's almost that time. It's 5:30, so I might just give a brother a little bit time to come in. And my speakers is acting funny because the lights had shut off earlier. I don't know why. But if the brother come in, I want to play his songs. He gave me permission, but I don't know how YouTube or what they're going to do. So it's 5:30, and I want to wait for him to come. So I want to read this. Father, y'all, please, can I read this? But Mashpaka, I'm sorry that things happen the way it do with our people. I'm one person, and we are very, very divided, and being separate is not gonna help us no way. You know, we see what the problem is. We hungry. We need food. Some of us need somebody to pray with because we got a hard thing. We going through a lot of stuff, and we just need one another. We can't keep. We got to stop that. We got to stop that. I heard a rapper today say. I heard Boosie say today. He said that he don't trust nobody no more because when he trusted people, he said he feel like he said that they disappointed him. So he try not to trust no more because it make him feel better not to trust. It help him to live with that. It's online. He said it online. You could go and listen to it. I mean, but that's your brother. You know how your brother talk. So if you able to listen to him, listen to him. You know what I'm saying? But how you gonna know what somebody going through with if you never take the time to listen? If there was a hurt, like they call us 3/5 of a human and animals, if there was a hurt animal out there screaming and barking, wouldn't people put on the right stuff or be strong enough to be able to deal with that? To be able to listen to your brothers and sisters, put the thing on your arm. You got to put on the armor to be able to listen to your brothers and sisters. They not trying to hurt you. A lot of them, when they talking to you, that's just how a lot of them is communicating. And once we realize that this is just how a lot of our people is communicating, when a brother or sister is talking to you, you can try to listen to them. And I have a problem with that because I have a issue. You know, I have I have a thorn in my flesh, and I have an issue that I'm dealing with. So when I hear certain things, it actually it hurt me. And I don't know how to explain that to y'all. I'm not going to go into detail with that. But I have an infirmity. So if I'm suffering to listen to you, it's because I cared enough to listen. And I'm telling you, the only way we're going to make it through this is we need to call on Yah. We need to stop begging for the White House and whatever house we at. The Senate and whatever, down ballot or up ballot, whatever we say we finna do, that's not finna help you. We need to call on our Creator. We need to call on our Maker. when a person is reprobate, they don't hear nothing you saying. How can you argue with a fool according to his folly? These people made their mind up. This is what they believe. They wrote their laws. How they wrote them. They know they wrote them like that. They know that. They see what you're going through with. But the game is for you to just keep going up, voting, begging for them, a God that never helped you. A God that kicked the can down the road. I'm not talking about everybody that's white. That's not what I'm talking about. But when you say that, you got to remember this, that 70% of people voted for your oppression out of a certain community. So there's another part of that community that say that they did not vote for your oppression. So you got to weigh them by their fruit. You know a tree by the fruit, right? It is what it is, Mashpaka. It is what it is. And we got to get to that mindset where we going to trust in Yah above whatever else. No matter what we doing, no matter what we going through with, whatever we been through with in the past, he is the one that can help you. He is the one that can save you. He can save you. When I got injured mentally, I learned that you can be injured mentally. And you cannot fix it. There has to come another source of power, and you might suffer with it for the rest of your life. But you know that he's able to fix it. You got faith without seeing it. That's faith. I know one thing. Even if I never receive my healing on this side, I know one thing, that Bible didn't lie when it said that we'll be scattered over here as slaves. I know one thing, that Bible match us 100%. I know that. Some of y'all might have a illness where you blind or whatever. You should know this right here, that no matter what, you know that our ancestors didn't come over here as no immigrants. You should know that. And I'm telling you what this Bible say. All right, Mashpaka, I think I'm finna log off of here for a little bit, and I'm finna talk to brother Fixit and see if he's still willing to come. I was expecting for him to come, but he did send the songs, but I'm afraid of what YouTube is going to do about it. So I'll talk to him and see if he want me to go ahead and come back live a little bit later, because I'm gonna have to go and pick up my wife in a little bit. But I want y'all, to understand this. There is help for you, but the way that we going, that ain't the way. That going to beg and plead for them down at the White House. That's not how. That's not ever how we got free, by going and begging Pharaoh. We never got free by begging nobody. Y'all had to deliver us. Because whenever we go into captivity, we always beaten down without remedy. And you see, I want you to hear this, that we have to call on Yah. And that's all that it is. We got to call on Yah no matter what state we in or what, we got to call on Yah. And he's the only one that's our deliverer. You can't trust in man like you could trust in Yah. Try Yah. Try Yah. All right, Mashpaka, I'm finna log off of here, and I might be back a little bit later on tonight or tomorrow. I want to come back tonight. Brother Fixit, I ain't see him come. But I'm glad that Sister Christina, Brother Skeletor fan came out. Brother, I know you said you watching. Brother Moshe being Yahuda. And Sister Mother April and Sister Mika, Positive Reinforcement, and all of the rest of y'all that came out. Sister Yatmi, the screen had shut down, and I lost y'all that on that round goal. But if y'all see this again, it continued. The lights and everything shut off, and I hope that all of y'all is doing well, and I pray that y'all will be able to come back and listen. again, but I got to go now, and so just remember, I try to make it back again tonight. I try to keep my promises. I try to come back again tonight, Mashpaka, and I'm grateful for y'all coming. And I just want y'all to be at peace. I was about to read the Bible again, but I think that should do it for now. And and I'm thankful that y'all came in and y'all made this broadcast what it came out to be. All right. And shalom to all of the Mashpaka, all of the Mashkan on the four corners of the earth. I pray that y'all be encouraged. And that's it.